You know, I'm having fun. After the Naked Gun, look, there's the good wolf and there's the bad wolf. And you have to feed both. The joke is, which one do you feed? Let the bad wolf starve to death and feed the good wolf. You know what that does? That makes you the bad wolf. That makes you the bad wolf. I mean, look, if you literally had two wolves and you let one starve, would you be a good person? If somebody come over your house, what are you doing? You don't feed him? No, you're gonna let him die. He's a bad wolf. You're a bad person. You're the bad wolf. So the moral of the story is you have to feed both of them. You have to feed both of them, and that's the yin and the yang. That's the devil on one shoulder and the angel on the other. You have to talk to both of them. You can't just say, well, you're the devil, I'm not talking to you, get away from me, I know who you are, And see, the devil isn't so clearly, like when you see the picture of a devil, you know who the devil is. But it doesn't work that way, because the devil is a sheep in wolf's clothing. So, the wolf in sheep's clothing. So that's a paradox. But you can't always tell which is the devil and which is the angel. So they're like just the same. And you got to decipher between who's who. And same with the wolf, One wolf looks just like the other wolf, One's a bad wolf, one's a good wolf. So sometimes when you're starving the bad wolf to death, you're actually starving the good wolf to death. And that's the problem. You don't know. That's why I'm saying the psychos are not in the psych ward. And the psychos in jail are not the psychos. The psychos are the judges and the court people and the lawyers and the people that make money or for what they think are the psychos. And the only difference between the people in jail and the people outside of jail is one has power and one does not. And you notice, if you're a billionaire, you don't go to jail. If I went to this county jail, I can promise you with every dime I have and every dime my mother and every dime my whole family has, that you're not going to find a billionaire in this county jail. So that's the problem. So you got to find a billionaire outside jail, this county jail, making money off the people in the jail. Probably the food service is a billionaire service. The uniform service, whatever. You can go crazy with that. But you get my gist. They're the ones making the decisions, and they're the psychos. They're the psychos. I mean, a guy kills someone, and then they try to figure out all different ways to kill him. Death chamber, electric chair, lethal injection. Who's a psycho? What are you proving? And the funny thing is, look, if I was charged with murder, I would take the needle. I've been in jail. I would take the needle. Give me the needle, please. But the problem is, when you take the needle, you go on death row for like 30 years before they get the needle. And by then it's like, oh, why bother? Give me my lasagna and inject me quick. It's like, it's just useless. It's crazy. And that's what the fuck it is. It's all crazy. So, stop. Throw that watch in the toilet. I'd say throw the phone in the toilet, but then you can't watch me. But we'll work that out. You got to go to My Matrix Now, at My Matrix Now, and that's my Twitter account, and at Arthur J. Godfrey. Don't spell out J, just the letter J. I always have to say that. Arthur J. Godfrey, at Arthur J. Godfrey, and at Arthur J. Godfrey is my YouTube channel. And Jesus Christ Winning Part 2, at Jesus Christ Winning Part 2 is my Twitter, my YouTube channel as well.